Elvis Presley didn't just die. He vanished, sparking a wave of conspiracy theories that have captivated fans and skeptics alike for decades. On August 16, 1977, the world was stunned by the sudden death of the king of rock and roll, declared dead at the young age of 42. For millions of fans around the globe, it marked the end of an era and a period of mourning began. Yet, almost as soon as the news broke, whispers of conspiracy emerged. Could it be that Elvis faked his death? Was the king still alive, hiding somewhere in plain sight? Theories abounded, ranging from sensational to outlandish, but they shared one intriguing premise. Elvis Presley's death was not as it seemed. The most enduring and elaborate theory claims Elvis faked his death to escape a mafia hit and began working undercover for the U.S. government. The story begins in December 1970, when Elvis, an avid collector of law enforcement badges, met President Richard Nixon. Seeking to secure an honorary federal badge, Elvis reportedly pitched himself as a federal agent at large, offering to use his influence to combat drug culture and communism. While Nixon granted him a Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs badge, the title Elvis claimed never truly existed. Some believers suggest this meeting marked the start of his secret mission to infiltrate organized crime, gathering intelligence that would ultimately lead to the takedown of a major syndicate. According to this theory, Elvis became a target for the mob. Fearing for his life, the U.S. government staged his death, even going so far as to use a wax dummy for the open casket funeral. Fans have pointed to numerous sightings of Elvis since 1977 as evidence, with some claiming he lived under aliases such as John Burroughs, a name allegedly used to purchase a plane ticket to Buenos Aires on the day of his supposed death. Others have noted inconsistencies in his funeral and burial, such as his name being spelled Aaron with 2 A's on his gravestone, which some argue was a deliberate signal. The circumstances surrounding Elvis's death have also fueled the fire of speculation. On that fateful August day, he was found unresponsive in his bathroom by his girlfriend, and the official cause of death was initially listed as a heart attack. However, this diagnosis was made before an autopsy was conducted, leading many to question its validity. The autopsy itself became a source of controversy, with the results never fully disclosed to the public due to Tennessee law. Believers argue this secrecy suggests a cover-up, while medical experts point to his poor health as the likely culprit. Elvis reportedly suffered from numerous ailments, including diabetes, high blood pressure, liver damage, and chronic constipation, compounded by the extensive use of prescription drugs. The funeral raised even more questions. Over 1,000 attendees viewed the open casket, but some claimed Elvis's appearance was unusual, even suggesting a wax figure might have been used. A photo of him in the casket, published by the National Enquirer, fueled further debate, with some saying he looked unnaturally youthful or altered. Despite these claims, no concrete evidence has ever emerged to substantiate the idea of a dummy being used. Adding to the mystery are the numerous alleged sightings of Elvis over the years. From reports of him buying a plane ticket at Memphis International Airport to the infamous Graceland pool house photograph from 1978, the king's appearances have kept fans intrigued. Yet, many of these sightings lack credible evidence, and skeptics point to the fervent imaginations of devoted fans. Ultimately, the conspiracy theories surrounding Elvis Presley's death highlight the cultural impact of his life. To some, the idea of him secretly working for the government or escaping into anonymity is a testament to his larger-than-life persona. Whether these theories hold any truth or are merely the result of collective wishful thinking, the legend of Elvis continues to thrive, ensuring that the king may never truly leave the building. The mystery of Elvis Presley's alleged survival has been fueled by countless stories, theories, and sightings over the years, many of which border on the bizarre. One popular tale centers on a photo taken at the Graceland pool house, which some claimed depicted Elvis himself. However, it was later confirmed to be Al Strata, his security guard and wardrobe manager. Around the same time, a book titled Orion was published, telling the story of a Southern singer faking his death, clearly inspired by Elvis. This sparked further speculation, especially as Jimmy Ellis, a real-life singer, began performing as Orion, wearing a mask and mimicking Elvis's style and voice. The early 1980s saw other impersonators join the fray, such as David E. Darlock, who adopted the alias Civil Nora, Elvis Aaron spelled backward. Darlock released an album, book, and video, claiming to be Elvis in hiding. By 1988, the conspiracy took another twist with the release of Is He Alive?, a book accompanied by a cassette tape featuring an interview with someone claiming to be Elvis, only to later be identified as Darlock himself. Other supposed sightings included an appearance in a photo with Muhammad Ali and Jesse Jackson, which turned out to be Ali's agent, Larry Kolb. The late 1980s also brought a wave of sightings in Kalamazoo, Michigan, including a report of Elvis at a local Burger King, a story that gained traction thanks to tabloid coverage. The conspiracy reached new heights in the 1990s with TV specials like The Elvis Files and The Elvis Conspiracy, hosted by Bill Bixby. These programs featured expert interviews, reenactments, and enough speculation to keep viewers intrigued. One particularly wild claim suggested that Elvis made a cameo in the 1990 film Home Alone, which was later debunked as a case of mistaken identity with an extra named Gary Grott. At its core, the theory that Elvis faked his death resonates because of who he was. More than just an artist, Elvis represented magic, rebellion, and unparalleled talent. For many, the idea of him faking his death was a way to keep that magic alive. Sightings, rumors, and speculative theories offered fans hope that their beloved king hadn't truly left the building. However, faking one's death and maintaining the illusion for decades would require an impossible level of coordination, secrecy, and restraint, especially for someone as famous and recognizable as Elvis. The more plausible reality is that Elvis, by the time of his death, was in poor health. Years of prescription drug use, combined with chronic illnesses such as diabetes and high blood pressure, had placed immense stress on his body. The official narrative, that his body simply gave out after years of physical strain and excess, aligns more closely with the evidence than any elaborate conspiracy. Yet, the enduring myth of Elvis's survival speaks to the power of his legacy and the human desire to hold on to larger-than-life figures. The lack of concrete evidence for these theories is telling. Most proof relies on grainy photos, unverified eyewitness accounts, and speculative connections. Discrepancies, such as the spelling of his name on the gravestone or the supposed weight of his coffin, are often easily explained but ignored by theorists. For example, the choice to spell his middle name Aaron with 2 A's likely reflects his father's personal preference, and the heavy copper coffin was more likely a practical choice than part of a conspiracy. Even the sightings crumble under scrutiny. The infamous pool house photo was debunked, and the supposed Burger King encounter is far from compelling when considering the sheer number of Elvis impersonators. Television specials and books on the subject often prioritized entertainment over accuracy, blending dramatic reenactments with tenuous evidence to captivate audiences rather than deliver genuine insight. Decades later, the fascination with Elvis's supposed survival endures, a testament to his unparalleled cultural impact. Whether through hopeful fans, opportunistic impersonators, or sensationalized media, the king remains a figure of intrigue and speculation. While the evidence overwhelmingly supports the conclusion that Elvis Presley passed away in 1977, the stories and theories surrounding him ensure that his legend will never truly fade. The idea that Elvis Presley may still be alive continues to captivate fans and conspiracy theorists alike, with some clinging to the hope that the king of rock and roll never truly left the building. Nostalgia is a powerful force, and for many, the thought of Elvis living a quiet life, far removed from the pressures of fame, is too tempting to let go. This fascination has spawned countless theories, from Elvis faking his death to escape the spotlight to being part of a secret FBI operation. Gail Brewer Giorgio's 1988 book, Is Elvis Alive?, added fuel to the fire, presenting stories and alleged evidence that he staged his death, possibly with the help of the FBI due to secretive business dealings or threats. Theories about Elvis's survival sparked a wave of sightings in the 1980s, with reports of him being spotted in ordinary places like Burger King or as a Graceland groundskeeper. A viral video in 2016 of a gray-bearded employee at Graceland led some to believe Elvis was tending his estate in plain sight, though this was quickly debunked. Pop culture also played a role in keeping the myth alive, from Saturday Night Live skits to the absurd claim that Elvis made a cameo as a bearded extra in Home Alone. These sightings and stories turned Elvis into more than just a music legend. He became a folk hero, a symbol of an era that fans refused to let go. For many, the persistence of these theories isn't about evidence or logic. It's about emotion and connection. Elvis represents charm, rebellion, and extraordinary talent, and believing he might still be alive allows fans to hold on to a piece of their youth and the magic he embodied. Even though the likelihood of him surviving into his 80s or 90s is slim, considering his health issues and lifestyle, the idea that he could be secretly appearing at fast food joints or in films remains a comforting fantasy for some. Ultimately, much of the evidence for his survival is anecdotal and unreliable, with blurry photos and unverified accounts fueling the rumors. Yet, the legend persists, not because people truly believe Elvis is alive, but because they want to keep his spirit alive. Whether he's truly gone or lives on in some metaphorical way, the king remains an enduring symbol of hope, nostalgia, and cultural impact. So, what do you think? Is Elvis truly gone? Or is his legend still alive in ways we can't fully comprehend?